Wise men say there is nothing new under the sun, so you might not be surprised to learn that it was an ancient philosopher who handed down to us the right relationship between food, medicine, and a long, healthy life. Here's what he said. Hi, I'm Dr. Sowemimo, your friendly bariatric surgeon. We do know the best medicines come out of the tons of money poured into research and development and better equipment, more technology from places like the US. Now you would think certainly in places where the medicine is better, the food must be better. After all, the food is prepared more, produced more fortified with vitamins and additives, made to look even more attractive and dressed up to perform better, right? Yet, why do we see in these places the highest rates of chronic diseases like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer? In science, we get the best answers when we ask the best questions. One of those questions is, why do people in certain places in the world live longer, healthier lives? You might think it's because they must have better medicine and/or better food. Luckily, these areas have been well studied. We call them blue zones. One of the final battles of World War II was in Okinawa, a small island on the south of Japan where the people eat sweet potatoes, stir-fried veggies, goya, buttermelons, tofu, brown rice, and they drink plenty of green tea. They have over 400 centenarians, and life expectancy is somewhere in the mid-80s and 90s. They practice hara hachibu, which means eating until you are about 80% full. There are no frills here. Food is not fortified, enhanced, or enriched, and they eat little to no animal protein. There are no towers of modern medicine, nor do the citizens take much medication, having only 1/5 of the US cardiac disease rate and other chronic illnesses. In the 1977 Bond movie, 007 Lotus Esprit emerges from the clear blue waters of Sardinia in Italy, where, by the way, there are no motorways. They eat a Mediterranean diet with mostly plants, fruits, and beans, and mostly grow their own vegetables, reserving meat for Sundays and special occasions. They're not an icon of modern medicine. Their food is not super processed, like what we see with 60% of the American diet. Seventh-day Adventists in Linda Loma in California follow biblical teachings, presumably from Genesis 1:29, eating a plant-based diet. Some consume a small amount of fish, and believe it or not, sugar is considered taboo. They live 10 years longer than the average American with a lower rate of obesity and chronic diseases. It was a Greek philosopher called Hippocrates who lived between 460 and 379 BC who said, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine thy food." I don't think a lot of people even know that most medicines come from plants. This was more so in the time of Hippocrates. Now, this is important to understand. If plants held the secret to curing diseases, why would they not hold the secrets for preventing it? Wise man Hippocrates. He also said, if we could give every individual the right amount of nourishment and exercise, not too little and not too much, we would have found the safest way to health. I submit that a whole food, plant-based diet could cure the pervasive chronic diseases of our time, including obesity, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and so many others. It's a pretty good bet that when Hippocrates mentioned the word food, he wasn't referring to all this stuff or junk food, as we appropriately call it, that we see today. To be healthy, what we don't eat is as important as what we do. The Okinawan is no more happy or sad eating his veggies and tofu than is an American eating his burger and fries. The difference is one has a greater chance of being obese, afflicted with chronic diseases such as diabetes and heart disease, versus a chance of a healthier, longer life. I grew up in a place and culture where we ate mainly plant-based, but even then Western influences had already started to creep in, increasing our artificial and processed food consumption. Meat was expensive, so it was limited. I recall my mom, an accountant, being able to tell you the exact value of that extra piece of meat you were about to eat. Now I still find I can't afford it. Back then it was because of the expense, but now it's for health reasons. It's because I choose where my diet comes from, and I choose one that promotes health and longer life. We all have that choice to make, wherever we find ourselves. Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell so you'll be notified when we come out with new videos. More than this, we would like to have your comments and questions. This is Dr. Seun Sowemimo, your friendly bariatric surgeon. I'll see you next time.